Let's talk about Tyla for a second, the singer, the one that got ignored by Rihanna the other day. Okay, I don't know much of her music. I think I could. There is one song that was quite big, wasn't it? It was the Water song. Okay, so I know that song, and I know she's quite popular with the Gen Zs, and I've just never really liked her, and that's the honest truth. And I'm thinking about why I don't like her, and this post was going to go a totally different direction, but then I decided to do some inner work on this. So if there's other people that don't like her and you can't pinpoint why, then maybe listen to this, okay? Because it might be the same reason as me. Now, there is no factual reason why I do not like Tyla, okay? She's gorgeous, no doubt about that. She's talented, no doubt about that. I don't know what else she has going on. Hopefully she's smart and everything. Well, she must be smart for making it, and having all this success. But I don't like her just based off of how she comes off, like how her mannerisms and her behaviors comes off. To me, she's it's not confidence that she exudes. If you were going to ask me, like, how does she come across? She exudes arrogance to me. And why I describe it that way is because when I look at her or listen to her talk or see anything from her, I do not get any sense of humility from her, like humbleness. Humility to do with humble, I don't know. I'll just say humbleness, right? I do not feel any sort of humbleness coming out of her. When I look at Rihanna or Beyonce or any like female singer that I like, yes, they're confident, but they have this sense of humbleness that you can feel come out. Like, it doesn't have to be like all the way humble, because otherwise the confidence won't be able to like take the pride of place, because they need to be confident in order to do the things they do, like dance and do the acting in the videos and fixing things like that. But Tyla just gives me like arrogance, like through and through, like no room for humbleness at all. And one of the things that, one of the places where you can see this displayed is when she went to collect that award. Sorry, I have no idea what award that it is. And I don't know who the two people were that were presenting her with the award. But to me, it came across as very rude when she went to collect the award. She didn't greet the people. She just like seemed to disregard what they were saying, what they're giving to her. And I didn't like that. But then I started thinking of... why am I seeing it like that? Like, why does it trigger me in a way? It triggers me when I see people like that. I'm not just talking about Tyla, but when I see people like that who display no sense of humbleness or humility, I don't know, whatever you call it. Why does it trigger me? And this is a bit of shadow work that comes in, right? And because my sister taught me about shadow work, and I'm really interested in this, and doing more work on it. And if anybody can give me some tips and some pointers on how to do shadow work and what to look into and what to really think about, then please let me know. But I think it's because when I was growing up, I was taught that being humble, like, it was one of the highest things, being agreeable, being humble, putting other people first, not boasting about yourself, not... You just don't behave like that in front of other people for no really good reason. It was just, we just don't do that. And maybe seeing people that are that confident to the point where I'm going to say that's not confidence anymore, that's arrogance, because I don't see any ounce of humbleness in them. Maybe that triggers me because of how I was brought up, and I had no permission to behave or display myself in as confident a way as Tyla does, or anyone like Tyla does. Maybe she was brought up in a way where, she had the permission to be as confident as possible, and there was no limit to that, And I'm thinking that this is my shadow that is making me feel this way, and it's work that I need to do. I'm sorry, Tyla. If I said something wrong, and I know that I have no business and no right to judge you in that way. And I'm just putting this post out there just to make people aware of how they see people, especially when it's not something that, I have no factual reason not to like Tyla. I just don't like the way she displays. That's okay. I can continue not liking Tyla and not listening to her music and not wanting to watch her, or not, like sometimes a video will come up and I'll just be like, skip, 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 because I don't even want to see her. I don't even want to see that behavior. But it's like, why? And I think when we feel like that about someone, we have to question why, and know that maybe there's nothing wrong with that person. It's yourself and your shadow and something about you that is making you feel like that. One more thing I noticed when I was just about to make this post or post it is that I said, when you look at Beyonce or Rihanna or any of the female singers, why did I just look at the female singers? Why did I just compare her to female singers? What about the male singers or rappers? So right there, I have identified a bias in myself that's making me not like a person, okay? And so yeah. And I'm so glad for making this post and for having this social media page, because, as I've said so many times before, it gives me a chance to check myself, get the therapy. It's a form of therapy for me to make these posts, but most of all to check myself. And if you're feeling that same way about any person for no particular reason, this is a chance to check yourself.